So I asked the question, are you saying that these people don't like me because I'm too gay? And where he proceeded to nod his head and say yes.
Started process in October, where I got accepted, did my interviews, paid my money, and things were good. I was in process for about 3 weeks until we were told that we were going to stop. We had no idea why we were stopping, but they all asked us would we be willing to, start up again in January in the spring semester. We all said yes.
In October 2023, Justin Gregory was accepted into the fall intake process for the fraternity Kappa Alpha Psi. But in early November, fraternity voting members informed him and the members of the fall intake process that recruiting would stop effective immediately, with plans to resume in spring 2024, allowing him to reapply. Then on January 18th, just a day before the spring applications were set to release, Justin received a message from a voting member of Kappa Alpha Psi, requesting a meeting, an invitation he accepted.
We had a meeting on the 18th of January where it went exactly the opposite of what I thought, where I thought it was going to be a connection type of meeting. It was more of a we have a problem type of meeting, where we went and I sat down and we were talking, and he was like, basically some alum or whatever have seen who I am, and like, I don't know how they would have seen who I am, but like I said, I was not giving much information. But basically detailed to me that they didn't like who I was or who I was portraying to be. And I'm saying that because I don't know who else I could portray to be other than myself. But so I specifically was like, okay, what are we talking about? Because I felt like we were talking in circles. So I asked the question, are you saying that these people don't like me because I'm too gay? And where he proceeded to nod his head and say yes. So that's from that point on, January 18th, I knew that my sexuality was going to play a part into whatever processes or whatever I was going to have to go through in the future, dealing with like trying to be a part of the fraternity.
According to Justin, the meeting ended with the voting member encouraging him to proceed with the spring 2024 application process. On the evening of January 18th, following the meeting with the voting member, Justin Gregory received a text message informing him and the rest of the spring applicants from the canceled fall intake process that they would be granted automatic acceptance during the spring 2024 intake process. The very next day, January 19th, applications were released. Justin participated in the application process with doubts of success. On January 30th, Justin met with 2 voting members of the fraternity. He initially believed the purpose of the meeting was to discuss a recommendation letter that one of them agreed to write for him. However, according to Justin, when he arrived, he quickly realized they had different intentions.
Was really another like sexuality meeting where they were asking me like about my conversation that I had initially with the first person who like said something about my sexuality. And I was kept asking over and over again, how did this play a part into my application? How did it play a part in the process? Like, how does my sexuality affect the process that much? Like, I really wanted to know, but I was given no answers. I was told that I was going to be fine and that I was going to be able to apply and things were going to be okay. Like, these are like basically as if they were routine questions, when really I was being played to like fall in line so no one else would get in trouble.
On February 4th, Justin Gregory received an email notifying him that his application had been deferred, encouraging him to reapply in the future. Justin was the only applicant from the fall intake group to face deferment, a decision that ultimately led him to take further action.
I decided to go the formal route, and I filed a formal investigation with the university, which led to us being an investigation from February all the way to September of this semester.
Justin filed his complaint with the University of Virginia's Office for Equal Opportunity and Civil Rights, an organization dedicated to protecting the civil rights of all members of the university through proactive outreach, education, and responsive resolutions. Following his filing, Justin claims that he faced suspicious behavior from Kappa Alpha Psi.
There was one instance where they sent someone to a party that I was, like my CIO was hosting a party, and some random man that no one had ever seen before showed up and said that he was supposed to work security. But mind you, I'm president of my CIO. I made the list of people who were working security. So when someone was like, when they walked up, I was like, okay, just give me a second. Like, I'm trying to play it cool because also I don't know who this person is. And I also have a party of people that I'm trying to like make sure is okay. Like, I don't want anything to pop off. So I'm like talking to my co-president, asking like, does anyone know who this person is that's here to work security? And basically someone walked up to them, like that I instructed to, I said, please walk up to them and ask them who sent them. When they told me the name of the person who sent them, I immediately knew that it was from the Kappas, because he told me the name of one of the Kappas, saying that he sent him to work security.
The Equal Opportunity and Civil Rights Office reviewed Justin's complaint, identifying potential violations of UVA's preventing and addressing discrimination and harassment policy. On March 20th, 2024, investigator Victoria Hinton launched an investigation interviewing Justin and voting members of Kappa Alpha Psi to assess evidence of potential discrimination based on Justin's sexuality. The investigation reviewed each of Justin's claims, including the January 18th and 30th meetings, alleged automatic acceptance, and alumni influence. Findings concluded insufficient evidence to support discrimination claims. Voting members clarified that the January 18th meeting aimed to prepare Justin for the fraternity environment, while the January 30th meeting addressed concerns about his overcommitment during the spring 2024 semester. The automatic acceptance claim was attributed to a miscommunication, and members stated that alumni were not involved in the voting process. The decision was final and cannot be appealed. While Justin believes he faced discrimination from Kappa Alpha Psi, he continues to hold a positive view of brotherhood and sisterhood organizations.
I feel like a lot of fraternities and sororities are great. Like, they do a lot of great things. Like I said, I was literally trying to be in one. It just so happened that I was met with a situation that is way bigger than any like yes or no. Like, not only was I given a yes and it was taken away, I was given a no because of something that I don't control. Like, you're upset for me being myself.